what this government, supported by certain segments in the media, I think are very good at doing is stoking up a culture war that they can then theoretically win, because there was no culture war in the first place. I think children are, I mean, I hope, to Lisa's point, I hope children are naturally curious and they will ask about things that they see happening in the world, whether that be Black Lives Matter or the climate crisis. And I would have thought that we should be encouraging teachers to make the classroom a safe and moderated and informed space for those active social and cultural discussions to be held. I think we do children a disservice by trying to hide elements of our past and present from them. I find this statement about
how it's not about hiding it. It's about how it's discussed.
No, and I think it's
that's what people would push back and say, Amy. So it would be about things like, you know, people being taught, or kids being taught things like critical race theory. People
but
being
they're
taught,
not being in the UK. That's
but
not
children
really
being
in the
taught
US
about
either.
You know, the way that the empire is approached and considered.
But
people being taught Winston Churchill.
I disagree with Amy. I think the government is reacting. I think they're probably reacting about 10 or 20 years too late to much of this. And whether it'll be successful is a nice try, I think. I sort of admire them for trying to push back on some of this, because I think it is real. I think a lot of this is there. If you looked at what happened after the George Floyd murder, BLM sort of washed over the whole of British institutions, the sport, government, many other institutions, and in schools. And actually in many schools you saw BLM's literature openly promoted. Now, is BLM a neutral thing? No, it isn't. It's anti-family. It's certainly anti-Western. Many people think it's quite...
Family.
Yes, take the trouble of reading its manifesto then. Because you didn't know that.
But it's a movement.
I think